Morning everyone, Boker Tov, Chazak Baruch. So we spoke yesterday, Siman Resh Nun Bet, Seif Bet, that if a person, before Shabbat, he goes, let's say, to the cleaners, and he makes a price with them, meaning the price is already set, so he's allowed to drop it off even before Shabbat, and the man's not working for you by the hour, now he's going to work on Shabbat for you for the hour. That's not the case, rather it's $5 a shirt, and whenever he does it, even if he does it on Shabbat, obviously you don't tell him to do it on Shabbat, then that's good. Now, to add to it is, let's say you didn't talk about a price, but you've already done this in the past, and you know the price. You know the price, and he knows the price. And even though you didn't speak about the price, you just kind of drop it off. You're like, okay, I'll see you next week, and you didn't make a price, but you know that there's the price there, and you've done this before. That's still okay. And even though you didn't actually speak out, so this is $5 a shirt, right? And you're not working per hour, things like that. That's okay. Now, the Mishnah Brura says, the Chafetz Chaim over here explains that, let's say, and we spoke about this before, but we'll get into a little bit more now. Let's say you come to the guy on Friday, right before Shabbat. You're like, look, I need it Saturday night, right away, I need it Saturday night. And you don't give the guy enough time to do the job with the time that there is before Shabbat and the time that there is after Shabbat. So like, basically, it's 100% going to happen on Shabbat. So the Mishnah Brura says, it's as if you told him to work on Shabbat for you, and it's not allowed. But there are those that actually argue on this. So those that agree to this, the Magen Avraham, the Or Letzion, Ben Zion Abba Shaul also agrees to this, that you can't do that. You can't leave him with no time to do this, because it's as if you told him to do it on Shabbat. Rish Shalom Asas actually makes a difference between if it's a mitzvah, if it's a deoraita or a derabanan, meaning the thing that you're telling him to do on Shabbat, or that you're telling him to do, and it's inevitably going to be on Shabbat. If it's something that's deoraita, then no, but something that's derabanan, then yes. Rabbi Ovadia Yosef goes even a little bit more lenient, because he says, look at the Shulchan Aruch itself. The Shulchan Aruch says, Vehu shelo yomar lo la'asot b'Shabbat. And the case is that you don't tell him to do it on Shabbat. So meaning, make sure you don't tell him to do it on Shabbat. But if there's no other option than Shabbat, but you didn't tell him, it's still okay. Rabbi Ovadia Yosef says, meaning, you bring it to the guy, you say, look, I need it Motzei Shabbat. You didn't tell him, do it for me on Shabbat, but you basically did. Still, it's okay because you didn't tell him to do it on Shabbat. Or let's say you tell someone, hey, can you buy this for me at the shuk? Here's some money, buy it for me at the shuk. Now, the day of the shuk is Shabbat. So you're basically telling the guy, you're giving it to him on Thursday, give him some money, oh, buy this for me at the shuk, please. But you didn't tell him to go buy it on Shabbat, but the day of the shuk is Shabbat. You basically told him. You didn't tell him straight. So Rabbi Ovadia Yosef says, because you didn't say straight, the Shulchan Aruch says the only issue is if you tell him straight, do this on Shabbat for me. But still, Rabbi Ovadia Yosef does say that you shouldn't rely on this. You should be more stringent, and only rely on this really b'makom tzorech. Really, if you really need, if you're really stuck, etc., then you can kind of do it this way, where you drop it off and you say, okay, I'll see you Sunday, and you know there's no other time for him to do it except for Shabbat, that you should only do it b'makom tzorech. And again, Rabbi Shalom Asas says, if it's midirabanan, something, then yes. And Rabbi Ovadia Yosef also says that. But there are those that say, the Mishnah Brura, the Or Letzion, the Magen Avraham, they say that no, if there's absolutely not enough time for the person to do that job, then it's as if you told him to do it on Shabbat and you cannot do it. So, Makom HaTzorech, if it's a really need, then there is room to work with. Okay, that's that for today. Mincha tonight at 7:10. Have a good day, everyone. Tana De'Eliel.